Yo, A2, you crazy for this one.
Somebody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think we found it. The change niggas pitching, we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain. At the top we bigger than mountains. Take your shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it. Gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing. It's a habit, I'll never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies. Never committed, watch me murdered.
All right, y'all. Welcome to this episode of Brooklyn's Balance. We are in season 4, and it is me, your host, Miss Meekz, and all the rest of your hosts. Please introduce yourself. Tell them who you are.
Hey guys, it's me, Britt.
Who else we got sitting on this couch?
It's the one and only Zayy Strong. Check your boy.
And it is the one and only Stoney from Stoney TV.
Yes, we are here to kick off this season 4. Unfortunately, we're going to start this season off a little rough, but with some substance. So this episode we're going to call Tough Times. So I find that there's a lot of situations that us as adults, when we're going through things, like you got those friends that want to continue to keep telling you to go out, thinking that you're going to mask everything with you going out, or you walk around with a smile on your face, but deep down inside you depressed. For some niggas, it's really depression. For some niggas, they just really broke because, you know, sometimes that correlates. And then it's just other times that, you know, mentally you're just not there and you're always there for everybody. So the biggest thing that I want to talk about was depression in men. What does that look like for somebody who's depressed as a man? And do y'all feel like y'all can have those conversations?
Honestly speaking, it's like you can have those conversations, but growing up around a lot of niggas, for a man who was around a lot of men and had his father in his life, not trying to be shady, they teach you how to mask that shit like, yo, man up. Everything you go through is gonna be all right, you man up. You don't gotta speak on it, you mask that shit up, take it to the chin, and you just keep grinding. Because we was raised that if we complain too much or talk about our feelings too much, we would look like a bitch. And it's dismissive for you to be like, yo, you crazy or you acting like a bitch because we expressing how we feel. But at the same time, being a man, we can't do that shit too much. So it's like, coming from me, I be going through that shit on a regular basis, and I smile and I crack jokes, but when I'm quiet, that's when it's really bothering me. That's why it's different times. But it's like, you just got to deal with it how you deal with it and take it day by day.
Because if you really be like, what's a safe space? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, when are you actually able to be vulnerable? You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We can't be tough all day, but we got to, because everybody around us is like, you got to do, you got to do, you got to do. Even when we're not doing nothing, there's still something that we got to do. It's nature that they feel upon us, but bro, life get tough.
But who's telling y'all got to be tough?
Who's really not telling us to be tough?
Let's be honest.
But that's what I'm asking.
The only ones that ever say don't be tough are women who have dealt with people who broke down already, or the people who have already broken down. And that's a small circle, because it's hard to admit that happened to you. It's hard to admit that you had a breakdown. And it's hard to admit that you've had a weak moment, because people look at you and as soon as they think you weak, they try to
like
walk
blood
over
in the
you.
water, especially if, to piggyback off you said, who says that? Woman. At the end of the day, you can't be too tough because you're aggressive and you feel like, and you look like you hate women. But if you too soft or know your worth, you a sassy nigga.
Or you're a beta male.
You feel what I'm saying?
So
it's
I
just
think
everywhere.
the time frame that y'all talk about now, and I know this is going to seem mad wild when I say that, you're a mother raising a son. Mothers coddle their sons, but at one point you actually tell them, all right, man up, let's do that. So what they're talking about is when they're in a relationship. So I want to talk about from your point of view, with you being a mother and
Honestly
you raising
speaking,
a
I don't
son.
mean to cut you off. That don't got nothing to do with.
I meant that as a son.
I feel like it does.
As a son, as
Because
a nephew,
if it's a
as
lot of
cousin,
women that's telling you stuff, like I'm trying to start from the beginning. The stuff that y'all telling me now is like, that's women. They calling us
so start
sassy,
with
that's
our
this,
parents,
that,
you know what I'm saying?
and that's the part that I'm starting from.
Yeah, start with our
because I
parents.
want to see how that turns out. Because there is a lot of situations where there's a lot of boys who are babied, and then even when they are babies, still when they get to a certain point, we don't even let them express their feelings. So that's why I was asking, who's telling y'all to be tough from the beginning? Now, understandable, but I feel like this is a different time.
Being a parent now, my son is 3 years old, right? So the thing is, in this generation where we're living in now, I'm learning to let him be expressive, right? But the father, so you see how you said the woman, I think right now, as kids growing up, if you have the father in the life, because we know how men are, sad. But anyway, when you have the father in the life, if I'm too soft on him, the father comes and interrupts and like, no, like, toughen up, you know?
And that's what I've seen.
Yeah,
so when I asked the question, who told y'all had to be tough? Y'all mind went to
Straight to relationship, women.
or even just women seeing you in other places, because with me being in relationships, I've asked for that vulnerable part. So again, coming from a woman's standpoint, coming from a mother and just somebody who's just seeing that, it's not us. It's your other father. It's the other men that's in y'all life that tell you women don't like that, women don't want that. Don't get me wrong. It gets to that point that we come off that way to y'all because it's foreign to us. We haven't seen it. And I'm going to be transparent. My little brother, he cried. I be laughing. When we was younger, tears, laugh, full on laugh. But I've never seen it. Like, I didn't know men had tears. I had to be honest. And then there's other parts where I could sit back and go, when Mark got into a car accident, and the whole minute he was good. By the time I got to this space, I watched him break down. That was what made me go, damn. Like now I had to be tough, because if we both sitting here fucking crying, what we supposed to do? So I do find that the piece that's meant, it's not women. It's just something that we don't know. So
I think it could be generational, because you're the father of your child, right? He's probably around our age or in between me and Stoney's age, right? We were all taught that way. And that came, and you're right, it did come from our fathers as well. But on one side, it was for survival. And on the other side, it's because they didn't want to hear you blabbering. You know what I'm saying? So it hurt on both sides.
Honestly speaking, my aunt was hella gangster. She was one of the
Yeah, I
people
was about
who
to
told
say-
me, yo, you
Bro.
always gotta
Yeah.
be tough. First things first, I was a little nigga, and then I was raised to protect women. It's a mix. It's like my family's 50-50, but it's more dudes than women. So we was raised, hey, yo, don't let nobody try you or your family members, especially the woman in your family. So
Right.
yeah, like I'm around a lot of dudes, but the dudes wasn't the toughest ones in my family. My grandma was the most gangster out of everybody. Let's be real.
So
She
what
raised
I'm-
us to be tough too. You feel me? So
What I want to say towards that too, if you're a single mom and you have sons, it's embedded in us as women to not let them see us soft all the time. Like, it's hard, it's so, especially now, it's hard raising boys as a woman, because you cannot teach a man how to be a man. So you have to find every strength in you to at least teach him how to be tough, right? Because the world we live in, like, I get it, men, we want to find a safe space, but as a woman raising boys, like, I have to, in this world that we live in, especially how black men are treated, you have to have some type of, like, no, I gotta be
A
stern
guard.
with you.
It's always a guard.
Yeah, I have to be stern
Always
with
a
you.
guard.
to be honest, a lot of us, not just men but women too, a lot of us, we don't have that safe pace. Just people in general. I'm not gonna make it about the men, because I don't
Yeah.
want this episode
Women
just to be
too.
about men.
No,
It's
I felt
about
that.
everybody's mental health, because the shit I've been going through lately, I want to address it with everybody, not just a specific sex. But if we don't have that safe space within our home or within our parents, whether you're a male or a female,
Or the biggest thing is within yourself. That's the part people
how would
forget.
you be able to open up to anybody if you can't even open up to the people that you love or the ones that claim they love you without you shutting you down? Like, yeah, fuck that, man up. Everybody has to have a chance to be vulnerable, but everybody want to be tough, and that's the problem. We should be able to be vulnerable and diplomatic without everybody else thinking that we're trying to snap at them or make the situation about them. And all that trauma bonding shit is a dub. You feel me? When people be trauma bonding, once you heal, another person will heal, and that's why it's just all over the place. You feel
And
me?
Stoney, I have a question, right? So do you think it's just New York? Because if I go to a different state, because I think New York is hard living here. It's a struggle, right? So I think that plays a part in being tough and being strong and having the strength and not showing weaknesses. because you got to get up and you got to make it. You got to hustle, you know, and especially men in the household, you got to protect the women. You understand? But I feel like if I go out of state, it's a little different. Like
I
it's
don't
a
feel
little,
like that.
Nah.
Because I feel like the South, they got to deal with that more. Men have to
More
deal with
gritty.
that
More
more
gritty.
because you're going to have more
Okay.
police run-ins, more country work. They don't have
Okay,
the
maybe I'm
industrial
thinking
city that
of-
we have.
maybe-
They got to deal with more of like doing actual manly stuff, hard
But I
labor
get
and
why
stuff.
she say that
I'm
because
thinking
certain
of
places is more
household, too.
happier. It
Right,
really all
right,
depends on.
right.
But
It's really
it's
a
a
household, like
visage
you
though.
said.
It's a
It's a
business.
way of living.
But if I could tap on something, you said something really strong earlier. You was like, it's the, you know what I'm saying, it's us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it ain't
And
nobody
honest
else.
to God, bro, a lot of times the hardest person on me is me.
Yeah, that's a
Before
fact.
anybody else could say like I messed up, I'm like, damn, bro, you fucked up. You did that bad. You did, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure other people
are
can
hard on
relate because it's
ourselves.
like sometimes that inner, and you might get it from other people, but that's you now. You get what I'm saying? And it's that we got to take that, we got to morph that because
Yeah.
we control that. You get what I'm saying? But we forget that sometimes because we just so, I gotta do it. It's like,
Yeah.
bro,
You lose yourself trying to
Yeah.
please other people.
facts, and we forget to please ourselves.
So then why do we look for a safe space in other people? That was my
Because
point.
it's hard.
Because
to
sometimes-
see
You don't
the-
need that. You have to take the accountability with yourself to go, damn, something's wrong. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling off. And once you go, I'm feeling off, what do I got to do to get me back to this part? And then you could go ask for the opinions. But the problem is when we go and ask for those opinions and people say some shit that you don't fucking like, that ignites you even more. And now you emotionally thinking, you using emotion over logic, and you thinking, damn, this nigga said some stupid shit to me and I just need this nigga to be da-da-da-da. Do it yourself. You got to take that time to figure it out yourself. I used to rely a lot on a lot of people when it came to that, and I realized I can't do that. I'm more like, I got to keep that to myself, figure it out with myself, and then when you get that person that goes, yo, how are you feeling? Then I'll give it to you. But
So-
other than that, I'm not
So for the
giving
people, right? Because how did you get that glance at yourself from that third person? Because it's hard. It's hard to be outside of yourself and look at yourself and view what you do.
I think it was more with doing the show, coming into this season, realizing that I got to be in different places. And me going, I can't be outside everywhere doing everything I used to do. I got to stop. I got to take the me time. Or when I don't pick up everybody's phone calls all the time. Or I got to sit back and go, hey, I got to create a checklist. I got to get through this, get through that. This is fucking stressing. Every time I turn around, I got to give somebody some fucking money. You get it? Like, it's shit like that, you know, I'm like, I got to figure it out with me and get my checklist in order. And then I could come and have that conversation. But at least I did the first healing process with me. Because why the fuck I'm going to heal by telling you some shit and you going to come outside, let's go drink. Nah, bitch, I still got a problem once I become
Right.
sober.
So sometimes it's healthy to vent. And not saying that you have to ask the person an opinion and not saying anything. Like, I get exactly what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. But sometimes, like me, I have a therapist, right? Not to get personal, but to get personal. I have a therapist, and it helps a lot. Because sometimes when we have that conversation with ourselves in our mind, we're answering ourselves. And that is still insecurities, questioning ourselves. It's still, you know, so it's not anyone that can be like, wait, hold on, stop. Like, you're moving too fast. You think, slow down, take a deep breath, and figure out why you thinking like that. When we talking to ourselves, I ain't telling myself I ain't stop. Like, you know, like I'm like, all right, blah, blah, blah. So it's so good to vent, to have someone to vent to. And yeah, it's hard to trust people because people love to judge.
Because vents lead to other rooms. So
was
for
just
me,
about to say
I don't
that.
do the vents and shit.
True.
I hear what you saying, but for me, it don't work. And
So
I have
that's
a better,
therapy.
and I have a
That's
better,
what I mean.
But therapy
it
is
is.
venting.
That's what I mean,
But
therapy,
no, but
yeah.
even therapy, to
I
a
think
certain
it-
degree, it's
yes,
50-50
it is.
because you can tell them
Even-
niggas some shit, they lock you in the loony bin.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
well,
So I think it
It's gotta
depends
be in the
on
middle
it
of it.
depends
Yeah.
on what it is you need to vent about. For me, it's simple organization stuff. So I don't
Right.
have to call my friends
Yeah, you
about
don't have to,
anything.
okay.
I got Mark for that there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get that.
You
and
have
I,
a safe
I
space.
talk through it. I get
That
through
is a
it.
safe space, yeah.
I figure out my checklist of what I gotta figure out, and then I'll call y'all and ask y'all opinion. But sometimes I just be saying shit, and I be like, nah, fuck these niggas. I can't do this shit. I gotta figure this out here and just give the answers.
Sometimes you get your best answers by bouncing off on stupid ass ideas.
Nah, I get the idea, but like my real life situation, some things like when you find podcasting, for example, Brooklyn's Balance, for me to get this season 4 together, you could talk to people, but you gotta remember, I'm the guru of when it comes to this. So if I find that I gotta explain something to you, that just took me 20 steps back. Like, I'm not explaining the steps I already went through. You feel me? So I just wasted time when I could speak to somebody who's actually here with me or let me figure that out. But I do want to go back to the depression part. And yes, I'm talking about depression in men before we get to women, because that's what this was based off, because men always say, we don't talk to them about it. What does depression in a man look like? What are the signs? Okay. What is
Explain
that?
it.
Yeah, I don't see the difference. One day, couple episodes, I'm smiling, I'm here, I'm there. Even Meekz, and you even seen it. Yo, certain episodes you up, certain episodes you down. That's me. I'm signs of depression. I don't care about. I'm not even being Frank Stoney right now. I'm being who I am, for real. Mm-hmm. I'm a perfect sign of that. One day I'm up, throw that coat on, man up, bro. Because being depressed is not gonna change anything. Suns and the stars still gonna come out. It's good to find people to vent to about it. I'm comfortable talking about that. I'm showing y'all a different side of me. But it's me. I look happy, I be sad. Sometimes I cry when nothing's wrong. Your strength is your biggest weakness. Being the strongest person, happiest, goofiest, that all comes with something. Especially when you can't be yourself like how I am now. You understand what I'm saying? And it took me a couple of days for me to be by myself, chill with my people, I'm with y'all. I'm over it now. But I don't mind talking about it because I'm not masking it right now. And I'm showing the people that it's okay to be open and vulnerable about certain things, just not all the time, because people will try to manipulate you after that. And like she said, people don't use emotion over people use emotion over logic. Mm-hmm. I learned how to be an emotional yet logical thinker, and I ain't do nothing stupid to hurt myself or anybody else this week, even though I had a wild idea like that. You feel me? And I'm still here.
Right, but see how you're aware that you're going through that? Do you like ever say, all right, I know I'm going through this, I'm in this state right now. Is there anything that you can try to do to like a coping mechanism? Like, is it going to the gym, taking a walk? Like, is there something that can help you with that, or you just,
because
have
like
you ever tried?
I tried it, working out, smoking, making music. All of that is just coping mechanisms. Even
right.
this, you could say that this is a coping mechanism. Mm-hmm. If I wasn't in the crib, I'd be overthinking. If I wasn't here, I'd be in the crib overthinking right now. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I do is my coping mechanism, because when I do find that peace and that happiness, I'll be Gucci. But till then, you just gotta take it day by day and do what you do, seek therapy. But
yeah,
other than that, you open up to who you open up to, and make sure that it's a safe space for you.
Zay, did you go through a depression state last year?
I really did. When I was out of work, life hit me hard. Bro.
Pause, that's what I want to talk about. So I'm about to get a little funny and balance this out. I find that 90% of men equate being broke with depression, and that's the shit that gets me mad. And this is now me being transparent. Let me stop you.
I agree. I fucking agree.
I do. Let me.
It's 50-50.
When Zayy was going through that, I seen it. I've heard it, and then I kind of had to seek out other people, because when people get into, I'm a very empathetic person. Once you tell me somebody did something to you, we gonna go fix that. Mm-hmm. So I've learned that I'm that person. So I've now started to stray away. Don't tell me, I don't give a fuck, that's your problem. Because once I take it on, we gonna go fight Gotham City. Mm-hmm. But I find that if it's me and niggas is going through shit, they not trying to fight Gotham City with me. So I've learned that. So when you were going through it and your first instinct was, I wanna go move someplace else. Mm-hmm. The nigga said that shit. So realistically, you're gonna think, what the fuck I'ma do? You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because I could talk him through this, but he gonna wanna do what he gonna wanna do. I still gotta be a supportive friend and go, hey, whatever you decide to do, you gonna do, right? I get it. You gonna figure it out. But when a nigga ain't got no money, they a whole different fucking person.
Being broke is the saddest times of life, but for me, it was a little bit more than being broke.
That was all I wanted to put out there. So that's how we ended up with this.
God provided, wouldn't that play a role?
That's what I'm saying.
It is.
When people rely on you,
that's why
and you can no longer pull through, you feel like nothing.
But I think they take it in as a whole 100% consumption. Because like with us, with Brooklyn's Balance, there was never any, You know, it was like, I got it and I just need you to show up. Once I realized this started getting bigger, it's like, damn, I can't do this because me and Mark are providers for ourselves. You get what I'm saying? When people like, why I ain't got kids? Because I'm taking care of the rest of y'all fucking niggas. Like, y'all won't let my money be my motherfucking money. So it's like, how can I even this out? How can I balance this out? You get what I'm saying? But when men, they gonna hit that floor. Me, I gotta come up with this. I gotta come up with this. I gotta go get 2 jobs. And I just find it's that sit in the house when it's like, nigga, get the fuck up. Get active. I hear what you saying, but.
No, I'm about to say, no, that's real shit though. Niggas don't really be depressed, bro. When
That's
niggas is
what
broke,
I'm saying.
When niggas is broke, they mad at the world because they don't want to get the fuck off their ass
That's
and
it.
go hustle and get a job.
Okay,
Yes.
so
That's
And
facts.
even if you can't get a job, there's plenty of different ways to
programs
hustle.
and everything.
These
yes.
niggas be out here wanting the next man to take care of them. It be a lot of broke ass niggas that's never helping with their fucking hands up. And that's a different topic because it be niggas that be dishing out that badass energy on you, which will cause you to feel a certain type of way too. Niggas don't really be depressed. They be mad, jealous, envious, and lazy bums with no worth ethic.
Message.
Like, that's some
Fuck out of it.
Some guys.
I should say a fucking name.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it,
Nah,
bro.
'cause-
Hold it in. Don't do it, bro.
Okay, Stoney.
Nah, because niggas don't really be depressed. Niggas be fucking weirdos.
Nah,
acting
but
like
that's
they
how I
depressed
feel.
and they broke.
I
They don't want to
understand
hustle
that,
though.
but y'all
Because you
gotta
could
understand.
throw a nigga that's depressed, you could throw him a money play and he don't want to do it. You're not depressed.
Stoney, but
You're a
that's
broke
not
bum.
every
It's a
person.
mentality.
That's not every guy. So we cannot place every man in that category.
75%.
But we can,
Well, no,
there's a high
but
percentage.
So what he's saying is, because I feel like
Because
we're
niggas
taking
would
it
rather-
offensively.
niggas
would
The thing
rather
is,
take from you
there
before
are
work with
people
you.
who get down and they're down for stupid ass reasons.
Yeah, they not
You
that.
can
and
fix
then we
that
have
problem.
people who
There are
jo-
people
get
who are
laid
sad
off.
for others. I'm not granted. If you're laid off and you can't find work,
That's different, but that's not what we
different.
talking about.
They're talking about people who
Give you work.
You ain't did nothing. You in the crib. You ain't filled out no applications. You ain't hit the streets.
Okay.
You ain't did
And
nothing.
got
said that
7
first.
kids.
Y'all just
And now
said
you-
these men are
7
broke.
niggas job
Like,
opportunities
y'all didn't
at
say
my
that at
job.
first.
And all
But
7
that's what I'm
of
saying.
these niggas did not
He was
Okay,
specifying
I
that
get
it's
that.
deeper
These
than that.
niggas
You know
be
what I'm
broke
saying?
and they
And
be
lazy,
sad.
okay.
I'm depressed.
But that's women too.
You ain't want
That's
to pop
both.
out. Oh,
That's
I'm not
both.
only talking about niggas.
Okay, because women too.
3 women, 4
Females.
niggas, all broke.
Oh my God.
On the internet complaining about being broke and depressed, but when I offer you a fucking job, you want to take
don't
it.
wanna do
Now
it.
I look crazy referring you.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So,
mentality.
I
go
get
ahead.
that.
Zay,
Yeah. So like I said, is sometimes it's more than that. If it's specifically about money and the fact that you ain't got it, you can fix that. You get what I'm saying? Those are fixable solutions. But if it's something that got to deal with your family, something that got to deal with your heart, your emotions, your place of living, things that you have that are your foreseeable future, bro, that could really take you. And the depression is not just I'm sad today, I'm sad tomorrow. It's not even just being sad. As you can see, my brother right here is upset. That's
gonna be
part of
alright next
but that's
episode.
part of the depression.
Yeah.
Because that's how your feelings manifest. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got to get out somewhere. Everybody think depression is that one sad feeling. Nigga in the corner just, no. There are people having full out parties, going crazy that go kill themselves tomorrow because, bro, that's how you feel about life.
Yeah.
You don't even know from the outside looking in how people are really feeling. So we judge a lot of times and we don't even see the right signs.
Right.
The sign of depression is not that you're sad. The sign of depression is that you've changed your personality drastically.
yeah.
And you're not going to lash out on
I
anybody
find
either.
that the biggest thing with this, so that we can end this out, is that yes, there's depression. I don't honestly feel like that's the actual term. Actually, me
It's probably
being
like subsets
certified
of, yeah.
in psychology, I don't think that's the right term. You get what I'm saying? I think we get to the signs of that. I don't think that's honestly what it is because people self-medicate themselves.
All the time.
Facts.
I find that, yes, when we do change or it's a shift and you're uncomfortable and you don't know how to deal with that, and then sometimes you end up stop talking to friends because now they're still trying to put you to the person that you were before when you know I got to do something different. Or, damn, I don't want to go outside anymore. I don't want to drink anymore. Or I don't want to do this to you anymore. You know, where your focus now becomes, hey, this is what I have in front of me and this is what I need to work on to move forward. I find that women, the way that we kind of show that sometimes is because we do it in friendships and then we also do it in relationships. You're going through whatever weight gains, whatever arguments, fuck your friends, I want to spend time with my man, or fuck this nigga, I'm going to go fuck with all the other niggas, fuck these friends. It shows in so many ways, but I just find that the biggest way that everybody needs to get through it, Figure it out by yourself. Sometimes I need time. Take that time. That's the biggest part. Take that time. Because in a week, with you trying to figure it out, you could figure out if you need to go to therapy. You could figure out, hey, if I just go on Indeed, this would just be simple.
You gotta have the strength to do that.
You do, but you have to do that with you first. You
Strength
can't
and
do
that's
that
willpower,
with
right?
nobody
But
else.
sometimes people need somebody because, like, not to really talk about suicide, but I've known someone that did that.
Mm-hmm.
And before they did it,
You would never even know. It ain't
before they
fair.
did
Shit,
that,
really crazy.
I was around this person every day. And I don't talk about it, but I was around this person every single day. And I never knew. Like, I never knew. You wouldn't even know. Smiling, everything.
But you know what's funny?
Going out.
I'm going to be the asshole to end this episode out. I don't think that's a them thing. That's a you thing. You didn't see that shift in them. And they continue to keep you there because that was a comfort zone. But you, as the friend, did you check in? Hey, are you okay every day?
Of course, every
How are
day.
you?
How
Did
you
you have
doing?
the deep comment? Because routine is always the first
But
thing.
people don't be wanting to talk,
But-
Meekz.
And they don't
People
have
like
to,
deal
which
with that inside.
that proves my point. You gotta figure it out on your own. Not everything I need to go talk to everybody. There's nothing that you can do about that. If
But
I
it-
want to be left alone, I want to be left alone. You can't carry the burden of, damn, this happened with this friend, so now I'ma just ask every other friend. No, I'm the friend that's telling you now, leave me the fuck alone. When I reach out to you, I'll reach out to you. When it's that detrimental, I'll let you know. But me as a person, I've been through that too. I'm not saying I haven't. But I want to be left alone. I need to figure this out on my own because as a big ass adult, most of my problems is bills and money, and then it's the niggas that's around me. If I focus on my bills and my money, them niggas won't be around me. I gotta change my environment. I, me, not a we thing. So I just wanna make sure that we end this episode out on take care of yourself. Check in with yourself before you start going to other people. And if you're one of those people that need that help and validation from other people, please go get it. But thank you guys for watching this episode of Brooklyn's Balance. We're out.